Our reflection today comes from the first part of an article on the website dailygood.org. The piece is entitled Nature and the Serious Work of Joy by Maria Popova. She begins, "Our origins are of the earth, and so there is in us a deeply seated response to the natural universe, which is part of our humanity." This is a quote from Rachel Carson, who wrote it in reflecting on her spiritual bond with nature shortly before she awakened the modern environmental conscience. The rewards and redemptions of that elemental yet endangered response is what British naturalist and environmental writer Michael McCarthy, a modern-day Carson, explores in The Moth Snowstorm, Nature and Joy, which is part memoir and part manifesto, a work of philosophy rooted in environmental science and buoyed by a soaring poetic imagination. McCarthy writes, "The natural world can offer us more than the means to survive, on the one hand, or mortal risks to be avoided on the other. It can offer us joy." There can be occasions when we suddenly and involuntarily find ourselves loving the natural world with a startling intensity, in a burst of emotion which we may not fully understand, and the only word that seems to me to be appropriate for this feeling is joy. In a sentiment that calls to mind Theodore Roosevelt's assertion that, quote, "the poorest way to face life is to face it with a sneer," unquote, McCarthy weighs the particular necessity and particular precariousness of joy in our cynicism-crippled world. Referring to it as joy may not facilitate its immediate comprehension either, not least because joy is not a concept, nor indeed a word, that we are entirely comfortable with in the present age. The idea seems out of step with a time whose characteristic notes are mordant and mocking, and whose preferred emotion is irony. Joy hints at an unrestrained enthusiasm, which may be thought uncool. It reeks of the romantic movement, yet it is there. Being unfashionable has no effect on its existence. What it denotes is a happiness with an overtone of something more, which we might term an elevated or indeed a spiritual quality. As a form of prayer, I invite you today or sometime in the next couple of days to take a walk or take a look into nature in any of its forms. And as you look and listen and receive the impression, also notice within yourself its effect on you. Is there some simple way you can return to nature, its great gift to us? Maybe by planting or weeding or caring for an animal? Amen. Have a great day.